The chants that started a revolution known as the Gen Z protests, which opposed the Finance Bill 2024 and demanded for accountability from the government. Now, what started as posts online turned into reality as thousands of youths took to the streets to voice their frustrations over new tax proposals contained within the bill. As we all know, the bill was withdrawn, with the government calling for everyone to tighten their belts due to the economic situation. Fast forward to today, now some of the tax proposals from the repealed finance bill could be making a comeback and possibly becoming law. Treasury CS John Buddy has now proposed new bills that will be tabled before Parliament: the Tax Laws Amendment Bill of 2024, Tax Procedures Amendment Bill of 2024, and Public Finance Management Amendment Bill of 2024. Unlike in the past where such bills were tabled without much fanfare, this time around the government posted a two-page explainer on the local dailies and social media platforms to provide a detailed explanation of the new bills. This is seen as a lesson from the Finance Bill 2024 that the state insisted had much to offer to Kenyans, but was opposed due to widespread misinformation.
I'm sure my communication team failed. Our communication architecture did not deliver, did not get the message out to the people of Kenya.
Mbadi now says the new bills will spur economic growth and bridge the fiscal deficit through enhanced revenue collection. However, despite the government's attempt to fill the 346 billion shillings left by the finance bill, the move risks to unrest the public as new tax measures means more deductions on one's income. The repealed finance bill contained 69 clauses, but 8 significant taxes will be making a comeback. Expand the digital marketplace. Much like the finance bill, the Tax Laws Amendment Bill of 2024 seeks to include more digital operators into the tax bracket. This will now include ride-hailing services, food delivery services, professional services, freelance services, minimum top-up tax. The bill will also introduce the minimum top-up tax, a new measure that will ensure multinational companies operating in Kenya pay a minimum tax rate of 15%. The multinational companies must, however, have a consolidated annual turnover of 100 billion shillings. Pension contributions to increase to 30,000 monthly. The limit for pension contributions will increase from 240,000 per year to 360,000 annually. This translates to 30,000 monthly for both the employee and the employer. Introduction of withholding tax on goods supplied to public entities. The bill will also introduce a withholding tax on goods supplied to a public entity such as a government office. The repealed finance bill proposed a 3% rate for resident persons and 5% for non-resident. But now with this new tax laws amendment bill, it proposes a 0.5% to a resident person and 5% for non-resident. Take for instance, a resident selling goods worth 100,000 will pay 500 shillings withholding tax, but for a non-resident selling the same amount, they will pay 5,000 shillings. Economic presence tax. The economic presence tax that is taxed on non-resident persons operating on the digital marketplace will also be making a comeback. The bill proposes a 6% tax rate, up from the previous 1.5% rate in the digital service tax. Infrastructure bonds to be taxable. Infrastructure bonds, known for attracting interest from investors due to their tax-free status, will also be targeted. In the repealed finance bill, the government proposed to tax the interest earned from infrastructure bonds for resident persons, as foreigners would continue to be exempt. The new bill, however, proposes a 5% tax rate from interest accrued from infrastructure bonds. Make KRA PIN mandatory for Kenyans working remotely. The new bill also seeks to make KRA PIN mandatory for all Kenyans working remotely to ensure they still pay taxes to the Kenyan government. Affordable housing SHIF tax deductible. Now, contributions made to the housing levy and the Social Health Insurance Fund (SHIF) will now be tax deductible, hence reducing the amount taxable from one's income. So what are your thoughts on these new bills? Let us know in the comments below.